Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and today I'm going to be talking about custom WordPress websites versus buying a pre-made WordPress theme. And we have a lot of companies that we talk to that have WordPress themes. A WordPress commercial theme is essentially a template for a website that's pre-built, and you can modify it and add your own images and text. And honestly, sometimes they look pretty decent, but I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of this and what I might suggest if you are a professional or up-and-coming company. So, the pros of WordPress theme. You can get one up and running in 4 hours. Now, it's not going to look amazing or anything yet, but you can get one up and running, and it's the general structure of a website is there in 4 hours. Two, if you're not a professional web designer, sometimes they can look pretty decent. And three, non-coding people can drag and drop within a WordPress theme. The cons, to really get one up and customized for your business, it can still take 50 to 100 hours, depending. And especially if you're particular on different things and you're trying to work through those things, it might end up still needing you to code. Or it involves you learning that theme's system. So how to create spacing, how to create heights and widths and stuff like that. And you still have to do that within a theme. So sometimes they sell them as like, it's done for you. It's not all done. You have to get in there and put your own content and make changes based on that content. So sometimes it still requires somebody who does this full time for the most part. So, and those people, it's like, why not learn to code? Why not learn to code? If you're sitting here learning this giant system, why not learn to code? Because there are other benefits to custom coding a WordPress theme that I'm going to talk about. There's often terrible load times with a theme like this. We call it theme bloat. Lower end web design companies often make big concessions when they employ a theme for the sake of the theme, because the theme has this option. We want this, but the theme has this option, so let's go with this because it's easier. And then there's giant headaches for real developers later on if your company is able to afford their services, because there's so much extra code in a WordPress theme. Like I said, theme bloat. There's all this extra code that they have to sort through, because that theme is essentially counting for every option possible that you'd ever want in the code. So custom design websites, why, this is what we suggest, but why? Why not just use a theme if that's, easier and whatever? The pros of a custom design website: you design visually first with, little consideration of the code. So you're over here, you're visually designing, and you're trying to build it totally around the business's goals, and thus the website will fit like a glove. Two, if it's done correctly, it results in much less code and much faster load times. And three, the backend can be much more intuitive because it's essentially also built custom for this situation and doesn't have all these extra settings and all this extra stuff that you don't need, which ultimately, if they're back there, sometimes it can be easy to break the site for people in your organization, admin people that are entering content or whatever. So professional custom web design will make your needs front and center and not based on what the theme can do. But the cons of a custom design website: it's usually sold at higher price points. So you need to be in a business that makes significant revenue and can pay for professional services of this type. Two, it requires a full custom design phase, ideally. If it doesn't, that's bad. So it may take longer. And then internal admin person shouldn't be involved in building new templates. So you actually have to go and get that custom design and develop again. But the point is that if you build it in the right way, we build on something called advanced custom fields, and we create modular designs. So once you've got a component that's been built up for a particular page, you can then use it again on another template. And if you wanted to build out using these modular components on any other page on the website, you can. So it's an awesome way to make it scalable, but also, basically just to have those components around later. So here's why we suggest using a custom WordPress website for professional clients. You know, when you pass a certain revenue point, let's say like $500,000 per year, it's time to get serious about your marketing, and you want something that's built for your needs and to show your unique value propositions visually. And that's what you want to hire for. You want to hire somebody that has a good aesthetic and knows how to wield the important differentiating elements of your company from your competitors, that knows how to showcase that visually, knows how to help people trust you, and how to call them to action. So those are the biggest points that I think it should be built around: telling the story, getting trust, and calling people to action. And if each sale for you, let's say for instance, is over $5,000, and you believe telling your story in a compelling way could get you 20 new customers this next year, I'd say it's foolish to not spend money on professional custom websites. These WordPress themes are great for a freelancer or somebody who's not, doesn't have a full team yet, maybe a solopreneur or something like that. I don't hate them, but ultimately they're irresponsible if you have a professional company that relies on this stuff for your leads, and you want the fastest, and you want something custom made for your specific situation to get you more clients or sales. And I appreciate you guys joining me for the difference between custom websites and WordPress themes versus pre-made WordPress themes that you can buy. If you want to find a place to buy them, they're at ThemeForest. ThemeForest.com is a way to get those templates. And like I said, if you're a solopreneur, it might make the most sense. If you want something that's more custom, our company does this on a regular basis, and we'd love to work with you. Otherwise, work with a team that really understands custom websites and persuasion and is willing to get in with you and your company and create something that's unique and showcases what's awesome about your company, tells the story of your ideal customer. And thank you for joining me.